Hello again, and thank you for joining me for Friday Frequency Decrees. Today's decree, as usual, comes from I Am Adorations and Affirmations of Book 5, Volume 5, Part 1. I use this book daily and I read what's on the inside way more often than I read what's on the outside. So thank you for joining me today. Today's decree is on page 87. Page 87 is an acknowledgement. It's under the salutations section. And it starts out almost, it seems as if it's asking for something. The interesting part of today's decree is even though it sounds like we're asking for something, we get to remember our beloved great God self, which is how this decree starts, is already in us at all times. What I understand from our decree today is, as it starts out, beloved great God self, come blaze through me. Okay, and if it's already in us all the time, at all times, always and in all ways, why am I asking for it to come blaze through me? Great question. Glad you asked. Because I asked the same question. And my answer is my little self, my ego self, my human self can get in the way. Can yours? Many times I I will avow less and less than before. And I'll just go here, less and less than before. I get in my own way. I fall into my patterns of limitation, my patterns of my stories, my patterns of self-sabotage, my patterns of believing things to be true, and they're true for me, and they're not really true. So as we speak today's decree, remember what we're truly asking for is for our beloved great God self, who is already in us at all times, to transcend our little human selves, to move beyond and shine through even when we get in our own way. So here we go. We're on page 87. It says acknowledgement. And here we go. Beloved great God self, come blaze thou through me. Reveal now thy presence, thy full mastery. Pour through me thy love flame, my light self supreme. In victory transcendent, thou mighty I am. Breathe. Imagine dropping a little bit more of your human self, dropping a little bit more of your story, dropping a little bit more of your self-sabotage, and allowing your great God self already in you to transcend all human things. Beloved great God self, come blaze thou through me. Reveal now thy presence, thy full mastery. Pour through me thy love flame, my light self supreme. In victory transcendent, thou mighty I am. Beloved great God self, come blaze thou through me. Reveal now thy presence, thy full mastery. Pour through me thy love flame, my light self supreme. In victory transcendent, thou mighty I am. I feel more of my true power even as I read my decree. even as I begin to allow little things, human things, to fall away. And I remember who I am. Beloved, great God self, come blaze thou through me. Reveal now thy presence, thy full mastery. Pour through me thy love flame, my light self supreme. In victory transcendent, thou mighty I am. Thank you for joining me. Remember who you are. When you feel a bit out of alignment, and we know, sometimes we know, I invite you to pause. Remember who you really are. Move forward in your power, in your mighty I am, in your victory, in your love supreme, knowing and believing your great God self and your presence and your victory are already here now. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next Friday.